No DQ Galaxy and Jeff Meacham, Multiverse of Media. We are indeed live with our, my reactions, whatever you want to call it, recap of WWE Backlash live from France. Welcome into the No DQ Galaxy. You are joining our already in progress stream across the championship for Multiverse of Media. What are you doing? It's like, damn it. Oh. And of course, I'm on the phone doing the No DQ thing. So, Aaron, if you're watching, send me the video on Messenger because I can't do anything about it right now. So, welcome in No DQ Galaxy. Good to see everybody again. If you want me to interrupt my recap of Backlash with your comments, please super chat. That's how Aaron does it, folks. And of course, Multiverse Media, same thing over here on you guys' side. If you've been watching for the last 4 hours, then a recap is kind of silly on the Multiverse Media. But if you have not been watching our Multiverse Media coverage, welcome in again. Thank you guys very much. Much appreciated. Let me go ahead and get the No DQ logo up. There we go. Hi, we're on No DQ. So yeah, let's just get into it. Let's go ahead and do the thing, folks. We got we started off Backlash with the tag team, the big tag team match between the Bloodline, Tonga, and Sikoa taking on RKO, Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Shout out to Tito, by the way, for doing the recaps on NoDQ.com, the actual website today as we went along. Thank you to Tito for helping me out because I'm going to definitely be reading off your notes. So Owens completely milked the crowd during the entrance. It was really cool to see. The crowd sang Orton's song along with him. The Bloodline heavily booed, and there was a "We Want Roman" chant, which I thought was pretty cool. Owens got in Tonga's face. All four men immediately started brawling before the bell rang. Officials came in to try to settle things down. Owens gave one of them a stunner. The security guards, Nick Aldis, of course, came out and decided that that wasn't going to work for him, brother, and made the match a no disqualification match instead, which was just great. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. So once they changed it to a street fight, and then Aldis had the referee. Oh, hi. Hi.
Hi.
We can't hear you. Give me a second. I don't know if it's so. Hang on. What do you say?
Just me now. Hi. Welcome to the No DQ Backlash review.
There we go. Now I can hear you guys. Hi.
Yeah. Hi.
Oh, that's what's going on. Okay.
Yeah, that's what's going on. We're at the reception for Virtue's wedding.
It's an invasion. Hi, boss. How are you?
Good. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I realize the music's still playing. Sorry about that in the chat room. I didn't turn the music up on this end. Sorry.
Oh, wait a minute. A wild big baller G has invaded.
It's a big baller G invading the stream. The people watching the multiverse are going, what is going on? Because I'm doing this on both streams. That's funnier than hell.
Drop the ball. See what anything.
There we go.
We've hijacked
So anyway,
Jeff's live stream.
For those of you watching the No DQ stream, they're actually breaking in from Virtue's wedding. So
pretty much. Hey, since there's so many people watching, I can see it's almost 300. Check out the Great Cherry brand. It's cheap blood for the win.
Hey, you're totally ruining my bit for later. I was gonna plug all of my shit later.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No,
and the gimmick infringe.
Oh my goodness. There you go. Miss Cheeto says someone pop that cherry. There you go. Very good.
Real
my
quick,
goodness.
so this doesn't go too off the rails, I just wanted to thank Mr. Tito for filling in for me with 4 out of the 5 matches. I appreciate that. Shout out to France. Those fans are amazing. Such a great energy. And thank you, Jeff, for filling in tonight. And we're not going to take up too much of your time. Oh, wait, we got one more cameo on the No DQ recap. It's the Cleaver, Colin Andrew in the house.
Here.
We don't want to get booted out.
Yeah, we'll probably have it.
So Cleaver, the photo you sent me in the Photoshop got a huge pop. You can let him know he's walking away. But so anyway, thank you guys for popping in. I appreciate it. Always good to see everybody on the DQ team. Love y'all.
Yep. There you go.
It was a complete run-in. Okay, I'm gonna try to bring the controls over here for the what do you call it? The No DQ stream, so I can just go back and forth a lot easier. Okay, So anyway, let me where'd it go? There it is. Where the hell was I? Was I still talking about the opening tag match? Yes, I was always the opening tag match. Okay, very good. Just making sure, because I never know what I'm doing anymore. All right. Now, let me go ahead and it's gonna get loud. Hurry. Turn that off first of all. We don't want to do that. We want to not add me to the screen. Okay, so let me try this again now that I'm actually in control here. So Owens, once the bell actually rang for the official no DQ stipulation, Owens got in Tonga's face. All four men immediately. That's right, I read that. Just kidding. So then all four men started brawling throughout the arena. They were going through the stands for several minutes. Owens came off the barricade at one point with a frog splash to Tonga. Orton then slammed Tonga onto both announce tables. Owens gave Sikoa a DDT on the steel steps. Owens set up an outside table and put Tonga through it with a frog splash off the apron. The Bloodline finally gained momentum for the team when Solo Sikoa put Orton through another table with a Samoan drop. Solo gave Owens a hip attack in the corner, and Tonga hit Owens repeatedly with a trash can lid. Owens tried to fight back, but was outnumbered. Tonga was going to use a chair, but Orton got back into the mix. Orton hit an RKO on Tonga, but Solo broke up the pin. Sikoa tried to give Orton a Samoan spike on the announce table, but Orton turned it into an RKO. And then back in the ring, Owens hit Tonga with a chair repeatedly and set up multiple chairs. Owens ended up giving Tama an avalanche brainbuster through the chairs. Owens went for the cover, but Tonga's brother, Tonga Loa, made his WWE debut and pulled the referee out of the ring. Sikoa then finished off Owens with a spike, and the 1, 2, 3. Your winners are the Bloodline. Crazy how that turned out. Everybody was kind of anticipating the arrival of Jacob Fatu, and instead we get Tonga Loa, which was just crazy. And yeah, to Mr. Penguin's point, the Guerrillas of Destiny are now both in WWE. That is crazy. Again, shout out to everybody watching. I love that there's almost 400 people watching between the two no DQ feeds. And that's really cool for Aaron. That's really neat. And of course, we've got people watching, of course, on the Multiverse of Media. So thank you guys for that. Daniel on the Multiverse of Media side is saying that tag match in the opener was, I think, in the French crowd must have said this is extreme, but I don't know the French translation for this is extreme. Well, there you go, Daniel. Appreciate that very much. Thank you. All right. And yes, Bullet Club slowly coming to WWE, Mr. Penguin. We shall see. That could be the case. So after the Randy Orton and RKO versus Bloodline match, we had the WWE Women's Championship match, the Triple Threat. Bayley defending against both Tiffany, Stratton, and Naomi. Crowd was hyped. The crowd was really hot and hyped all night. I got to say, I got to give the crowd major credit for that. They were on point all night. One of the loudest crowds I think I've seen on a WWE pay-per-view, pre-live event, whatever you want to call it. Very cool to see the folks in France come out in force. That wasn't a play on May the 4th, but we'll go ahead and go with it. Just super cool. So thank you to everybody that's popping into the chat rooms on both sides. It was following along during our stream across the multiverse and now here on the recap at NoDQ.com. But the crowd was really hot. Lots of French chants. All three women kept inside the ring to start, with Tiffany playing the heel, of course. Tiffany tossed Naomi and began to work on the champ, Bayley. Tiffany hit the Alabama Slam at one point, but Naomi recovered to break up the count. Naomi got some momentum and speared Tiffany through the ropes, but Tiffany recovered quickly and did a handspring flip, kind of in the style of China. On the barrier, Bayley recovered and went after Tiffany, and then went for Naomi, but Naomi recovered and hit a beautiful, it was a great blockbuster move off the barricade onto Bayley. Bayley then worked on Tiffany again, almost got a pin via split-legged moonsault. Beautiful split-legged moonsault from Bayley rather, but no, Bayley worked on Tiffany and almost got, but Naomi broke. I think Naomi broke up that pin. Sorry, there was a typo from Mr. Cheeto. Sorry about that. I kind of messed up on that one. And yeah, it really was. That was one of the best crowds I think I've seen in sports. To Ash's point, I know Aaron doesn't like to talk about sports, but since I'm here, I want to do it. Yeah, the sports crowds in Europe always seem to, show up and show out. They really do. So shout out to the folks over in Europe. Many near falls. All three ladies hit in the ring together. Bayley disposed of Naomi and hit the belly on Tiffany, but only got a 2 count out of it. Tiffany then got Bayley to run into the post, and as she tried to take advantage, Naomi pulled Tiffany out of the ring. Tiffany then fended her off and gave Naomi the Alabama Slam on the announce table. She also did the same to Bayley. It looked like Bayley kind of HBK'd her back on the table. Hopefully that won't have lasting repercussions. Tiffany then put both Bayley and Naomi back into the ring to try to hit the prettiest moonsault, but both ladies moved, and then Bayley and Naomi, and after a series of roll-ups back and forth, Bayley rolled up Naomi to retain the title. Kind of a weird finish, I guess. To Ash's point, kind of a sluggish women's championship match. I liked it. The finish seemed a little off for me. I don't know if that's just me being an idiot, but I liked it. Just the finish seemed kind of rough. And again, Mr. Penguin, there's going to be an announcement at some point in the next few minutes here. We're kind of waiting to see. I know they've got the coverage on. Let's see if I can turn on channel 4 here. NBC. They're going to announce something regarding WrestleMania during the pre-show for the Kentucky Derby. So Peacock's doing their job. NBC's doing their job. They definitely are making us wait and see what happens, and they get that brand synergy with NBC Sports. Can we possibly? Thank you. NBC Sports and WWE. What the hell's going on with this thing? Okay, I'm gonna let it be for now. It's pissing me off. All right, so the next match, and yes, again, earlier, you love seeing the Girls of Destiny. That was really cool to see them in WWE. Hopefully, we get to see more of them doing their thing together. The remote control was just being spastic. That's what that was. Okay, just making sure. So then we had Damian Priest defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Jey Uso. Man, Jey Uso was over like Rover here. My goodness. Right before they went to the hype package on this. Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do. No, go back. Jey Uso was kind of standing there, kind of getting himself, psyching himself up, doing the thing. And the Bloodline walked by and glared at him. And Paul Heyman walked by and really just kind of shook his head, kind of like in worry, I guess, for lack of a better term. So hopefully we will get more of that in the weeks to come. I still want Jimmy to come back and, maybe try to shore up his allegiances with somebody, and maybe we see that Usos versus God match. But we'll see what happens. So Damian Priest again out with the World Championship match against Jey Uso. Priest walks out after Jey Uso, and Jey Uso came through the crowd. Really cool. They kind of had like the Firefly lights set up, kind of like Bray Wyatt used to do. They weren't doing the Bray Wyatt, obviously, but they kind of had him doing a similar light up scenario, and everybody was yeeting like crazy. It was fun to watch. Pretty cool. Jey came in the ring. The French fans were the crowd was so into Jey, and Jey was playing it up to frustrate Damian. You could see Priest. Priest had a lot of frustration in this match between the crowd and his boys, especially McDonough, getting involved. We'll get to that in a little bit here. Very disgusted by the fans here. The world champion is started methodically working on Jey. Sorry, I almost said JJ. After driving Jey into the barricade, Jey got back on the offensive and continued to heavily play up the yeet chants. As the Germans love David Hasselhoff, it appears the French love Jey Uso. That's a direct quote from Mr. Tito on the coverage there. JD McDonough then began to interfere, and as Priest is highly upset at the interference attempt and yells at JD. He was distracted enough to allow Jey Uso to hit both men with a super kick, almost defeated the champion. Both guys were just exhausted. They were beating the hell out of each other all throughout this, trading punches and kicks back and forth. And the French fans were yeet, no yeet, yeet, no yeet, back and forth. Priest almost got the win with the Razor's Edge here. I don't know if he has a different name for the Razor's Edge than the Razor's Edge, and if he is, I don't know it. So forgive me. But anyway, I remember there it is. There we go. So after that, close 2 count on the Razor's Edge. Like I said, Balor tried to interfere and Jey fended him off, and then Priest did a clothesline and hit the South of Heaven, but only got a 2 count, and the fans were amazingly appreciative. I think they were chanting "This is awesome" in French. That's what Tito said. I think that was oh no, they chanted in English. So we did hear "This is awesome." Priest hit some more kicks and was sizing Jey up for another kick, but then Jey had some super kicks of his own. Jey Uso hit the spear and then the Uso splash, but JD McDonough put Priest's foot on the rope. for a 2 count. The French fans were chanting asshole at JD. Jey Uso takes out McDonough, but then as he returns to the ring, Priest is ready, hits a super south of heaven from the top rope for the 1, 2, 3, retains the title. But as Balor and McDonough go to attack JD after, Priest pushed both guys off. So definitely dissension, a little bit of problems within the Judgment Day here, as the bloodline seems to be re-strengthening. In the absence of Roman Reigns, we've got the Judgment Day once again having their issues, but Damian Priest, regardless of the feelings, is still the heavyweight champion of the world on the Raw side of things. We then had our women's tag team title match. Prior to this, the French announcer came out to the ring and announced that the Backlash event, following SmackDown's record-breaking gate in the previous day, just set an all-time WWE record for any arena event. So think about that for a second. In the 60-something year history of WWE, this was the largest arena gate in the history of the company, which is unbelievable for WWE. So good on them. So cool to see WWE continuing to succeed, grow, thrive, and just hit all points. Check boxes across the board. And as we get into this women's tag team title match, Mr. Penguin, we had Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair challenging the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. The Kabuki Warriors came out together. Bianca and Jade had their separate entrances, but man, they were cool. Matching red outfits for the challengers. Jade is on that superstar level. I'm so happy for Jade Cargill. She has definitely got her place now. She's definitely there. So Asuka and Bianca start the match out. Of course, no shortage of history between these two. They go back and forth to start the match. Both tag out, and it's now Jade versus Kairi. Jade put her power on display with multiple, for lack of a better term, swinging rock bottoms into Jade's knee. They lifted Kairi Sane up together, and she got some hair. Both Bianca and Jade posed to the crowd. Bianca would soon get caught on the outside by Asuka when she wasn't looking, and then became the babyface in peril, for lack of a better term. Kabuki Warriors took turns working over Bianca Belair with multiple tags and double team moves, while always preventing Bianca from getting that big hot tag. Once she got the hot tag, of course, Jade Cargill went on the offensive with a beautiful springboard cross body block on both Kabuki Warriors and delivering multiple clotheslines and splashes. I thought it was going to end up being a squash. I really did. So then Jade faced off against Kairi Sane, but the double team of the Kabuki Warriors laid into Jade Cargill some more, while Bianca was still down the outside following that hot tag. Bianca then returned to the ring, and the Kabuki Warriors both had them in arm bars. Looked like a little confusion there on who was legal and who was not legal. There ended up being a close 2 count. The Kabuki Warriors then got the advantage back and hit the insane elbow from Kairi on Bianca Belair. Jade Cargill made the save. Both Bianca and Jade Cargill then overpowered the Kabuki Warriors, hit their trademark finishers. I forget what Jade Cargill calls the glam slam, so forgive me, Jade. I apologize. I don't know what they call it, but she hit the glam slam. Bianca hit the KOD, got the pinfall, and we have new women's tag team champions. I believe Bianca was previously a SmackDown champion or a tag team champion. But I'm not 100% sure. If she has not been, then I believe this does make her a Grand Slam, because she's won both the Raw and SmackDown. I don't know if she was NXT champion. I don't remember that, so forgive me for that lack of knowledge as well. But if she won an NXT championship, then this is her Grand Slam win. Yes. And, Jade does feel like a superstar in the making. So it's, I think they're leaning on this, Ash. I think they're going to go to WrestleMania 41 with the two of them in the ring together. So definitely going to be a fun build. And so I have Matthew, who is going to be on Star Wars Trivia tonight on the Multiverse of Media. She's Triple Crown champion. She was never NXT champion. Okay, I didn't think so, but God, my brain just kind of is what it is. So thank you for the confirmation on that, Matthew. I appreciate that. So then, of course, we get to the WWE Championship match. It was so awesome to see these two guys who I have watched for so long. Of course, Aaron and I got to see a lot of AJ Styles at PWG back in the day. We've watched Cody Rhodes kind of, you know, make his own way after being stuck in the, for lack of a better term, the Stardust purgatory toward the end of his first WWE run. And it was just absolutely crazy. So over on the Multiverse of Media coverage, I've got Matthew Lauro saying, good matches tonight. The crowd was good at the beginning, but at the end, it was getting kind of annoying. As a French speaker, it made no sense. Okay, well, there you go. So we have somebody who speaks French commenting on the crowd involvement, I guess, for lack of a better term. So Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles came out, man, great hype package for these two guys. Great, unbelievable atmosphere. The crowd sang along to the entirety of Cody's entrance. They sang once the music even went off. It was absolutely a palpable environment. You could hear that. I made sure I was off screen during our coverage, and I hit mute on the computer so it wouldn't go through. And just listening to that crowd sing with a Cody's song, sing after the music ended, very much in the vein of Judas back when they first started doing it with Chris Jericho. It was just an unbelievable moment. JJ commenting as he is making his way back. Bianca's been Raw and SmackDown champion, and now Women's Tag champion. She has not been NXT champion, so she's not Grand Slam. Thank you, JJ. Appreciate the extended confirmation. Much appreciated, my brother. And again, JJ will be back here at the top of the hour here at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. I'll get that plug in right now if I can. I didn't put it in here yet, so I won't do that. I lied through my ass. We'll do it momentarily. Anyway, just everything you would expect between these two guys going back and forth for the WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles, again, both former NWA champions, both long-standing champions outside of WWE and even outside of TNA. I did want to point out, our buddy James Hebert pointed out in several of our conversations that it's damn near 19 and a half years to the day since, and actually Cheeto pointed it out in his coverage, but I'll get to what I was saying. 19 and a half years, damn near to the day, that AJ Styles defended the NWA Championship on a TNA Weekly pay-per-view against The Dream. So it's pretty cool. And then it was 21 years ago, kind of. No. Sorry, Tito. The coverage you had there was wrong. Sorry, brother. Anyway, main event: Backlash, Cody and AJ Styles. Really couldn't make out what the chant was at the beginning, but it was definitely so loud that the actual camera was shaking, and it wasn't a dumb Kevin Dunn thing. It was actually the camera just shaking from the sheer volume of the crowd. And Jessica Carr, the first female referee of a WWE Championship match on a premium paid live event or pay-per-view, however you want to call it. So shout out to Jessica Carr for that. Very cool, very big milestone for Miss Carr. Back and forth to start the match. Cody really played at the crowd at taunted AJ with some Stardust stuff as a callback to last night on SmackDown. If you saw Cody, AJ mentioning Stardust. Crowd, it was just electric, and randomly bringing out different chants for both guys, reacting to every single move. AJ Styles, let's go Cody, the dueling chants made famous in the Indies. French fans were giving the wrestlers a round of applause in between moves. But just the crowd was into this match, I think, more than anything else. They were hot all night. Like I said, they were hot all show. But this match, they really got into it. They made their way to the outside and then started battling the top rope. Cody looked like he landed wrong off a AJ kind of breaking up the suplex attempt, and AJ Styles took advantage of it, just working on Cody's back rather. Great stuff here. Fans count in French while both men are exhausted on the outside and then barely make the 10 count. So the match continued. Fans gave us some Seven Nation Army throwback. Pretty cool. Both wrestlers were exhausted. They're punching and kicking back and forth until they kick each other at the same time. And the way they landed, like the Kevin Dunn thing. That's what it is. It's a stupid Kevin Dunn camera shake bullshit. they kicked each other in a way where they landed and like they were both like kind of framing the Prime logo. So I'm sure Logan Paul's going, all right, cool. So that's probably what happened there. Cody got the advantage back again and started doing the Dusty tribute, the flip flop and fly, and the bionic elbow. AJ blocked the Cody cutter though with some nice counters between each other till AJ Styles suplexed Cody on the lower turnbuckles to keep working on that back. AJ had a springboard 450 but only got a 2 count. He then hit the burning hammer, the phenomenal forearm, but Cody basically kicked out at 1 and just hit a Cody cutter sold just by AJ, but still got a 2 count out of it. And then Fight Forever chant breaks out, which I thought was pretty funny considering Cody Rhodes in there. Cody went for a crossroad. AJ snap married him out of it, hit the Pele kick, went for the flying forearm again. Cody kicked him midair. Cody then locked in the Kimura in the center ring, which I thought was pretty cool throwback to his rivalry with Brock Lesnar. AJ's extra muscle mass allowed him to power out, as Cheeto says here. Lots of counters of crossroads and Styles clashes while Cody hit a crazy looking, almost missed it, Cody cutter off the top rope. And then he hit the crossroads. 1, 2, 3. Cody retains the WWE Championship, Undisputed Championship, as they're still calling it. Which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, that was Backlash. I know. I kind of just read along here as I went. Matthew said main event chance during the match was he is truly phenomenal, and it was only 2. I heard it was only 2 on it because they make out them saying do it and do. So we were asking during our stream what the phenomenal chant was because they were following up him being called phenomenal every single time with it. It translates to he is truly phenomenal, apparently. So there you go, guys. A little bit of education there. And the crowd was into AJ Styles for this, no doubt about it. As Matthew says, an A+ show, even if the matches were pretty predictable. Yeah, the prediction graph across the No DQ galaxy was pretty universal for all these matches. So shout out to the folks at WWE for having a predictable show, but still engaging the audience. I thought that was pretty cool. So that's really it for didn't get that one here for today. That's not where it is. Shit. Okay, well, we'll move over here. That's fine. I think I want to be. Oh, it is over here. Okay, cool. Just kidding. I lied. I don't know why it didn't appear over here though. That's kind of silly. Am I even over there? Am I supposed to be over there? Where's my brand am I on here? Yeah, it's supposed to be in here. Oh shit. If I refresh, sorry. I didn't know why it didn't add. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll fix it here in a second. Thank you all for watching. If you're watching the Multiverse of Media, thank you for that. If you watched if you're watching the NoDQ recap, thank you especially from Aaron and everybody at NoDQ.com. Of course, later today, matter of fact, at the top of the hour, over on the Multiverse of Media side of things, we're going to have our discussion between Walter and Noah Foster and JJ Williams about who will be the next champion. Each championship, the WWE championships, the AEW championships, the TNA championships, the main, like the world titles, the X division or the main event championships, the world titles, the women's titles, the X Division Championship at TNA, the TNT Championship, the Intercontinental Championship, the United States Championship, NXT's top championships. That's all coming up at the top of the next hour across the multiverse. So we thank you all for tuning in advance. If you do, we really very much appreciate it. Oops, that needs to scroll. Thank you. And if I can, JJ, I will. I do have quite a bit of things to do before we get to the next thing I'm going to plug. So let me go ahead and do that. There I am. So coming up today at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, we're very happy to present a Dads on Wrestling double feature, as we will be rebroadcasting our show that brought us back, JJ and I, to the airwaves in 2020 as we ranked the 11 live action Star Wars movies, going back to A New Hope all the way through to the most recently released live action movie, of course, Rise of Skywalker. So check that out. And then at the following hour, a 2-hour show, retro show, as we rank the top 10 characters in Star Wars. And all that Star Wars content today leads up to our main event for the night, open mic night. It's game night across the multiverse of media. And we will be doing Star Wars trivia in the style of Jeopardy. And that, of course, is tonight in our usual open mic night time slot of 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. Again, it's our continuing coverage all day across the multiverse of media with Backlash and this show right now, our dad's throwbacks and open mic game night. So tune in all throughout the day here across the multiverse of media. And NoDQ.com will be back Monday, of course, with Aaron's recap of Monday Night Raw, the first Monday Night Raw of the new era, the post-draft walk-in, if you will, episode of Monday Night Raw. So be sure you guys tune in for that. That's really it for me across everything. So thank you guys for watching. Almost 600 of you watching on NoDQ.com's YouTube and Twitter. And thank you guys for sticking with me here across the multiverse. Again, multiverse will be back at the top of the hour with our the next champion discussion. And then NoDQ.com will be back on Monday with a recap of Monday Night Raw. So again, if you're on NoDQ, make sure you say yes to NoDQ, like, subscribe, comment on this video at NoDQ, DOTCOM, across all the platforms. And we'll see you guys at the top of the hour across the multiverse with our next episode, which again is going to be covering the next champions in wrestling. Until then, this has been The Meech, and we will see you guys next time.